Lots of praise from the BC business community following Ottawa's latest budget update. Tyler Orton with Business in Vancouver is joining us now with more. So Tyler, what are you hearing?
Well, I would say that the business community of British Columbia far more effusive in its praise right now than they were with the 2018 budget, which was unveiled back in February. Recall that was coming off those big tax cuts that we saw down in the United States in the preceding December. And the criticism was we weren't being competitive enough to go up against them. Now the Business Council of British Columbia, they are saying that these results are very encouraging, as well as the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade. Specifically for the West Coast here, we're going to see the fact that there's going to be more investment put into innovation in the forest sector, which has been hurting recently in British Columbia. Most industries are going to be very excited about investments worth $14 billion over 5 years, tax incentives that will allow industries to write down all capital costs almost immediately. The other thing that's worth noting is that there's an export diversification strategy to boost exports by 50% by 2025. This is a big deal for BC as well. We have a much larger manufacturing base than most people suspect, and it's also going to be a big benefit to our ports in Vancouver as well as Prince Rupert. So a lot of goodies in here for the West Coast.
All right, and another story you're following today, Ikea about to slash a bunch of jobs.
Yeah, they announced globally it's going to take a cut to 5% of its workforce. That amounts to about 7,500 jobs worldwide. And in Canada, it will be felt here too. About 100 job losses. I bring up that number because if you look to the States, well, they have 10 times the population, but IKEA is cutting about 75 jobs down there as well. So it's going to have a bigger impact in Canada. But the issue really is that IKEA, it's known for its iconic giant box stores. But the business model is changing quite dramatically as more people go to e-commerce. It makes less sense to have these giant box stores. IKEA plans to establish about 30 more of these smaller stores across the globe. It says that this shift could eventually lead to as many as 11,500 new jobs down the road. But for now, those initial job cuts, those 7,500 job cuts I just mentioned, it's still going to impact workers worldwide, which is going to be a tough pill for a lot of them to swallow.
It sure will. Tyler Orton with Business in Vancouver today. Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you, Sonia.